Okay, Ms. Deacon, Dr. Ippolito. I'm a business guy, business gal, watching from home, and we all talked in a lot of kind of language that we understand. I want lower premiums. Now, you were saying, Ms. Deacon, that if they had machine-readable files, that this would be the way to get to lower premiums. Let's translate that. You're saying that if, you tell me what you say, but say it in plain English so that somebody watching here knows how price transparency is going to lower the amount they're paying for health care, put more money in their pocket. Plain English, 30 seconds.
When you pay your premium to your employer coming out of your paycheck, that employer is responsible for purchasing health care on your behalf. If that employer cannot see what they are paying to a hospital, what the prices they're paying, what's coming out of the bank account, and what the prices that their insurance company has negotiated on their behalf, they are unable to control that cost. It might surprise that person that if they went to hospital A for a service, they could pay cash and it would be $10,000.
So the insurer, so the business would be able to look at these prices, perhaps have somebody help the business person, and say, wait a second, why don't I have this hospital in network if the cost of a colonoscopy is, I think you used an example of $6,000 here and $1,200 there. If the cost of a colonoscopy is so much less, why aren't they in my network? It gives the employer the ability to say, hey, I could pay less if I had them. Is that fair?
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to stress, this isn't just for shopping pre-service. Data transparency in the form of MRFs and employer access to data is
machine-readable
files are absolutely essential for high-cost services as well, because it's the employer that is going to, and their vendors that are going to look at those prices and make sure that what they're paying for is accurate.
So I think Dr. Miller spoke of buying a car, probably going to Consumer Reports, seeing where my best deal is. In a sense, the patient or the employer could go to whatever, Consumer Reports, and come, what is the best deal for me in my market on a suite of services that we anticipate using?
Yes, not only what is the best deal, but also for what did I pay for, and making sure that that's accurate and that's what came out of my account.
Now let's bring it down to the patient herself, Dr. Miller. You speak about facility fees, about how you could spend I don't know, what would be a typical facility fee in a hospital? And explain what a facility fee is, because a lot of people don't know they're paying it until after they're charged for it.
So a facility fee, when you get care at a hospital outpatient department, you end up paying about 60 to 70% more because the hospital is allowed to tack on an additional charge known as a facility fee, in theory to support additional infrastructure, but often what it means is that the hospital just purchased the clinic, pasted their corporate name on it, and are charging you more.
So I can get my blood drawn here, and a typical facility fee would be what, $200, $500?
Couple $100.
Couple $100. Or I can go across the street to the commercial lab and get maybe the lab less, but certainly not have to pay the facility fee.
That's right.
And that's currently not transparent to the patient.
Yeah, the consumer has no idea, so you can get stuck with a several $100 bill, and there's no way that a consumer would know.
Now, Ms. Deacon and Mr. Potter, y'all both spoke of the fact that there's vertical integration. That vertical integration allows costs to be, if you will, passed on. But Mr. Potter, you come from the insurance realm. Theoretically, I'm going to buy the policy which is less expensive. And so if one company is padding by having vertical integration, kind of looping costs within, that would drive up the cost of the policy. I'm asking honestly, why would I not just take a lower cost competitor as opposed to the one who's padding the cost?
I think it's because first of all, there's not a lot of competition. They operate very similarly. You do see quite a bit of change in that an employer will shift from one carrier to another, thinking that they might be getting a better deal for the near term, but often those rates go back up.
Mr. Ippolito, you spoke about giving different authorities to different people. Were you speaking of justice having the authority to go after this vertical integration, which allows a kind of incestuous payment process?
Yeah, that's certainly a good example of somewhere where their expertise could help us understand it better and potentially impede actions that we think are anti-competitive. Sure.
Okay. Well, I will finish 11 seconds early and cede to Senator Sanders.
Can I take your 11